Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Anime Anonymous. This is Jess with.
CJ.
Well done. This is Ace.
Golly, so good, so happy.
Welcome to another AA meeting where we feed your addiction on anime. What up?
Oh my God, relax. I'm never letting you intro again. Anyway, what is up, guys? This is on the movie Spirited Away. A lot of people most likely have seen this. One, it's a Studio Ghibli movie. I mean, if you haven't seen the Studio movie Ghibli and you've been in anime for a long time, I'd be very surprised. Honestly, if you haven't, props to you, because these things get shipped around a lot. Came out in 2001, went for a little over 2 hours, and Ace has a little description for us.
Yes, so it starts with a stubborn, spoiled, and naive 10-year-old Chihiro Ogino is less than pleased when she and her parents discover an abandoned amusement park on the way to their new house. Cautiously venturing inside, she realizes that there is more to this place than meets the eye. As strange things begin to happen once dusk falls, ghostly apparitions and food that turns her parents into pigs are just the start. Chihiro has unwittingly crossed over into the spirit world. Now trapped, she must summon the courage to live and work among spirits with the help of the enigmatic Haku and the cast of unique characters she meets along the way. Vivid and intriguing, Sen, who is also Chihiro, tells the story of her journey through an unfamiliar world as she strives to save her parents and return home.
All right, there we go. That is yeah. I mean, for a 2-hour movie, that rounds it up basically. Before we jump fully into this, get out the rigmarole. So if you guys want to hit us up on this movie, anything that we've reviewed before, any recommendations you have, hit us up on Instagram, X Anonymous X. My brain, bro. My brain is fried today. And X Anime Anonymous on Twitter.
And Anime Anonymous on Audience.
And then X Anime Anonymous X at gmail.com, just in case you want to shoot us an email. So, who would like to go first on just first, like, not even the first, like, oh, what'd you think about the movie like we used to, just things that jumped out to you, what you liked, disliked, anything. You can start anywhere.
I'll go. So, this one, like we said, it was aired in 2001, and I'm pretty sure I've seen it around that early 2000s as well. This was my first, to my recollection, this was my first anime movie that wasn't like a Dragon Ball Z, shonen type movie. I feel like this was highly marketed back then. And it's kind of like a classic. Definitely was nostalgia, and yeah, pretty solid and good experience so far. What do y'all think?
I'm gonna let Jess go last because this is her first Ghibli movie or movie of this style. I mean, generally, Ghibli are this is their style, but there are some movies that they're like, oh, is this a Studio Ghibli movie? And it's not. So, so they have that style, and you associate it with them. I did remember watching this when I was younger. I want to say I either watched this on an anime site or it came on late at night, like one of those movies, because Ghibli movies used to show up at night all the time. I first saw it in Japanese. That's why I think I probably saw it on a site. Because I think every time it came on like Toonami or something like that, it was in English. So this time I watched it in English just to see how the dub sounded.
I think it sounded pretty good.
Yeah, no, it did. It did. I'm always partial to subbed. But yeah, the English wasn't like super bad. Standout characters for me outside of the obvious Chihiro
and Haku.
And Haku. I really liked Zeniba, I think her name is the older twin sister, the good witch.
Oh,
she was funny.
Grannies.
Yeah,
okay.
She was funny. I didn't care for. I think it's Yubaba. Yeah, Yubaba. So Yubaba is the main one that you see. Couldn't care less about her. She was annoying. But Zeniba, she was funny because she came in and she was like, "What can I F with? Okay, I'm gonna turn these 3 heads into her baby. I'm gonna turn her baby into a hamster. Turn this crow that looks like her into a flea, basically." I was like, I can ride with you. You just come in and just cause chaos, and I'm here for it. I'm trying to think. I like the spider dude. He was funny. Like the boiler guy. Yeah, he was funny. The little what are they called? The little dust things. Yeah. Soot. Like if they don't do their work, they turn back into soot. Yeah. Like whenever they saw her help one, they just got crushed by the rocks. They're like, hey, help man, help me out. Like I'm trying to live. Like that was kind of cute to me. But yeah, I mean, I personally have never been a No Face fan, which is
he was kind of scary.
God, it's not even scary. Like I'm just, you see that character at so many cosplays at anime conventions. I'm like, why do you like No Face? Like, people think he's cute. I think he's really weird.
Yeah, definitely weird.
He out here like bringing people in and eating them. Like that's weird. Like he wasn't even
producing fake gold.
Well, yeah, but like he wasn't even under a bad influence at that time, because that's like what you can tell. Like he eats the frog, right? Mm-hmm. And he immediately gets that negative influence from the frog. Oh. So like the frog was greedy, yada yada yada. So now he's amplified greedy, blah blah blah. But before he ate the frog, he was creeping on the frog. So it's like, no pass. He was just like, come here, eat him. Like, nah, bro.
But he was enticing the frog at first.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like. He was not he was like, come here, frog.
But he was so helpful at first.
He clingy. That's what he was. Okay. I mean, and I get it.
Right? And with the water,
you're supposed to like, what is it? Identify kind of with No Face, like in 2 ways. One, funny way, you are what you eat, because everything he ate turned horrible. But 2, it could be like how impressionable he is, and like how if we go too far and things. Like, I get it. There's analogies. That doesn't mean I have to like it, right? So I'm not a fan of No Face.
Until you said it, I didn't even peep that that's what they were trying to do. Yeah. I was like, this is just a creepy character following Sun, trying to be helpful, and then turn evil, and then she forgives him. And then he finally becomes not lonely by going to Granny house.
Yeah. That's the whole like tie, right? Like he's lonely, so basically tying himself to someone else. I get it. Okay, I don't need your analogy. But anyway, what about you, Jess? Miss Happy introduction.
Yeah, but that's about as happy as I'm gonna be about this movie. Not gonna lie. My first impression was I watched it about 30 minutes in. I fell asleep.
Wow.
Yeah, she knocked out.
This was my first Studio Ghibli movie, and the whole time I was questioning whether or not I needed to be high to fully understand what was going on in this movie. I couldn't, for the life of me, want to know more or watch more. So I struggled very hard to get through this movie.
I am shocked.
Yeah, I thought
usually it's me, but
I thought she might identify with it a little bit, but yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like last week, if anybody like listened to the very end, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna force myself to do it because I'm not a huge fan of Ghibli. Like I think I apologize, Jack and Rick, if you're listening, because I know they love Ghibli. I think Ghibli is so overrated. Like I think, like I get.
So what makes it Ghibli? Because I've seen this.
It's the art style, and it's usually with like supernatural, and generally like with like a younger main character going through some issue, and they use that supernatural to kind of bridge that journey, right? Okay. I'm just not a huge fan of it because like Howl's Moving Castle is another one. Like it's an okay movie in my opinion.
What was the one we did a review on this one? And they were on that mountain in Japan that got blown up by the meteor.
That's your name is?
Yeah.
Boy,
is that a Ghibli?
That's a hell no.
Okay.
That's an amazing movie. That's
Right.
That
It is amazing. But I the art styles reminded me.
No, Ghibli is very cartoony as well, so that's why you'll see that. But yeah, no, like I don't know, and maybe it's just because I'm older now and I don't like it because I think I did like this a little bit more when I was younger.
I didn't like it at all.
I don't know
when I first saw it, like back in 2000s. Nah, I was not a fan.
Yeah,
it was just like the first scene. It was like the parents were being stupid. Like, let's go through this.
There's
dark
no
tunnel.
likable character in here. For me. Like, well,
I like
shouldn't
Haku.
say no likable like main character. Haku,
And
he is technically a main character, so yeah, he's okay.
And then what was the person that took Sen under her wing?
Oh, Lynn.
Lynn. Yeah,
Lynn was funny.
Yeah, I like Lynn.
But she that's why I was like, wait a minute. I shouldn't say there's no likable character. Out of like the main characters, so like Haku, he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Only part I really liked when he was in dragon form.
Right.
Cool. Like, well, actually, and when he was like super sprinting with her,
that was
what the
nice.
heck is going on here?
I was like,
I forgot about that. I was like, why is he sprinting like a beast? But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't like her parents. Her parents off rip are annoying. Like they're not listening to each other. The dad is just all on his own. Like, let's go do this. The wife is like, we're gonna miss the movers. It's fine.
Right.
The movers have the key. They can do it. And I'm just like, all right. Like me, I hate being late to things. Right? So off rip, I'm like, I hate you. You're annoying. I hate when people make me late. So that would annoy me. And then the mom's no better because she's like, we need to do this. We need to do this. Like, come on. And then she walks. And then she says one of the dumbest things. Well, if you don't want to come to Hero, just stay in the car.
Right.
You're going to leave a 10-year-old child
in the car.
In
the middle of nowhere.
In a place that you just moved to in a forest by herself.
Yeah, wasn't a fan of that.
And then Chihiro's scared, so she wants to hold on to her mom. Don't cling on to me so much, Chihiro. I might trip. What? That's what you care about. So off rip, the parents pissed me off. Chihiro was annoying as well, right? Like, she was like, whining. Nah, I'm not here for it. So that's what kind of turned me off immediately of this movie. I was like, yeah, I don't remember all this whining. I don't remember this. But I remembered that, like, even when I was younger, I was just like, okay, like, it wasn't an amazing movie for me. And that's why I think I overhyped it for myself. It's like, Ghibli. And I was like, all right, bet, Ghibli. This is not an amazing movie.
Yeah, it definitely got a higher rating than what I would put it. But I'm going to give that towards the end. Way higher of a rating than what I would project. But I definitely I was only able to finish it smoothly. One, because I already seen it. I just had to just rewatch it for the review. And then two, I was multitasking, so that kind of helped as well to get through it. But I did remember the parts of Haku for sure. The granny that you see towards the middle and the end. Definitely enjoyed her comedic aspects.
Zeniba?
Yeah,
Zeniba was funny.
Definitely enjoyed her. I was trying to figure out why. Well, I didn't like the spider guy until he was finally like, "That's my granddaughter," and he up there finally gave her a job.
Yeah.
I'm like, I F with you now, because at first he was being so like, "Nope, I'm good. Nope, we don't have any jobs. Nope." I'm like, come on, man. Like, this is a long process of no's. Like, let's just get to the point where you just hire her so that we can move out of the scene. I like the dust balls a lot. Like, they were
dust
funny.
balls were funny. Yeah, they were good. And then she's like, I lost my shoes. They're like, hold on, we got it.
Yep.
know when this little slug, like the evil little
yeah,
slug thing came out, they blocked it. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah, you ain't coming in.
You ain't coming this way, bro. You wrong part of town here.
Yeah, I enjoyed that for sure. I'm trying to think any other scenes that stood out. Oh, the one scene when she had to go down the steps, like when she first crossed the bridge and she ended up.
Oh, and she just
she's like
sprinting down.
Like,
she's falling while sprinting.
Right.
Yeah,
that was funny because he
Yeah.
was like, "I need you to be quiet when you go down to the boiler room," and then all you hear is boom, and then animated screen the whole way down into the
got her
swimming pool.
hands up, just running down. Ah! Like,
That was funny because it needed something. But other than that, just what you think?
Come on,
Yeah,
I told her,
what was your review on the half? Like
No.
I
the
told
second
her
half?
one line
The-
she had to say because it made me die. I'm working, and she just commented this. I was like, bruh, you did not just say that.
So I fell asleep watching this movie, and I do fall asleep a lot with movies, but this one I really just
She's
fall-
really into something. She
I
stays
will
up.
stay up.
Okay.
So that just will tell you what my rating's probably gonna be. So
I'm telling you,
I
Jack's
get-
heart is breaking.
I'm
right
so
now.
sorry, Jack. I'm so sorry. I know you had a lot of faith in me, but no. So like I get to work and I have it on dub and I'm watching it and it's just in the background and no scene turned my eyes to go watch it. The only time it did was the baby. The baby was probably my favorite funny one because it was just crying and all that. But also, just so y'all know, I am pregnant. And the scene when Haiku or Hakaku, whatever his name,
Haku, yeah.
learns his real name, that's supposed to be crying, emotional. Yeah, no, didn't hit me, and I'm pregnant.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, it
She was
didn't
like,
hit me either.
she was like, let me see if I can find this. 'Cause this
So when she finally says,
like when she remembers who he
how
is.
cool you saved me when I fell into the
Yeah,
river.
he was the
like,
river.
He was the
Like,
river.
Yeah, the river spirit.
Yeah.
And he's like broke up, and
Yeah,
like they're both
crying.
falling and crying. And
Oh yeah, I didn't
that
feel
whole
anything.
Yeah, she was like, she goes, I know when he finds out his name, you should get emotional. I'm pregnant and I did not cry. I was like, bro, that is so just ruthless.
But I had no heartstrings pulled with this.
No, nothing for me.
I know they were trying
If her
to,
parents
but
got hooked up, damn.
Yeah, I'm
that
like,
sucks.
well, y'all literally were eating like pigs.
You know,
He was like, oh, we got cash, we got cars, we'll just pay for it later. I'm like, that's not how it works.
yeah. And then when your mama was like, her parents should be fat enough to kill, and like even her people were like, I was like, that's probably like,
I thought it was accurate. I'm like, yeah, no, they should be around that way
no,
now.
this is me, I guess, being heartless. I was just like immediately when she said that, I was like, dang, that's gonna be the most useful they've been this whole movie.
Nah, true, because I don't know. The plot was not.
But then, like, she's supposed to have like this whole journey, right? Like, like of growth. So, okay, she grows. Her parents are the same idiots at the end of the movie. So
Don't
it's
run
like,
off.
so it's like, yeah. Oh, you just ran off, like blah blah blah. Like, and then same thing. She's holding on to her mom. Don't hold on to me so tight. Yada yada yada. I'm like, so what? Are we like? She's more of a adult than the adults now. Like, is that what's going on? Like, all
that's
right,
what I got.
okay.
And then that ending was kind of unfulfilling, in my opinion. Like once they get back, he says, "Don't look back until you get through the tunnel." And all you see is like they get back, it's dust on the car, it's debris on the car, and they just act like nothing happened, like they weren't just trapped and turned into pigs.
Well, yeah, they don't know that. Like, they didn't know it because that's what he tells her. He's like, yeah, once you got your test right, they just woke up over there.
Okay.
But yeah, like my thing is like, I don't know. Yeah,
We didn't even see the house. We didn't see I
yeah,
don't know. It was weird.
yeah, this is not it for me.
And I literally, the only reason I didn't even like fold or like hit your phone, I'm like, I've seen this already. It wasn't nothing that was eye catching from memory. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, And then the baby was annoying. He was
Yeah, I
about to
didn't like
break
the
her
baby.
arm.
Yeah, I'm like, chill out.
Yeah, if you don't play
I
with
like
me,
the
I'm
baby
gonna
at
break
the
your
end.
arm.
Oh, when he stepped up.
When he stood up.
Yeah, I liked when Zaniba was like, the spell on them was broke a long time ago. They could have broke out if they wanted
Right.
to. And he was still as the hamster running around.
He was
Like,
like, you want to change? He was like, nope.
He just munching down. I was like, that's funny. But yeah, yeah.
And
This is
even characters were just, I don't know.
Now the scene with the sludge monster, the stinky sludge monster.
the spirit, the other spirit.
Yeah, so when that thing was coming through and Lynn had the bowls of rice and they turned into dust, I
Yeah.
was like, ooh, that must be funky.
Yeah.
But that I enjoyed that scene. And then they all doing the heave ho, trying to pull out the splinter, which ends up being a whole dumpster full of debris and stuff. I was like, all right, this is an entertaining like scene. And
I
then,
would have liked to see what Lynn was. That's what I would like to see.
Explain what you mean.
Well, I mean, she's not human. Like, the only human there was Sen. I forgot her actual name. So I would have liked to see just what she was, because like all of them going crazy about like the broiled newt or whatever it was, like the
that's
and then she eats it. And I'm just like, what are you? Like, are you? You're clearly like a beast type spirit.
Yeah.
What spirit are you? Like, I would have just liked to see that. I don't know. Maybe that would have interested me more. I have no idea.
She's the spirit of the white fox.
Yeah, but I mean, I would have liked to see it.
Yeah.
I could go Google. I want to see.
I know.
Pull a Rick. Show me. Don't tell me.
true. Yeah, that would have definitely made this a lot more enjoyable if you got to see a lot of the spirits, like they're in their form, their animal form.
Yeah.
Yeah, another scene that stood out. So the scene when they're talking about the love, like the love is what broke the seal.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even get that.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I didn't feel as though they were in love and like a Beauty and the Beast type thing or a Snow White type thing. Like
with
Haku
and Sen.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, that felt kind of forced too.
It just felt like he helped her. She's trying to return the favor.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Any scenes that you remember that stood out or that you enjoyed?
The only thing that stood out to me was the design of these characters. It made me question or not if I needed to be high watching this movie. Okay, when I met the one spider dude, I was like, okay. And then when all the spirits came alive and on off the boat, I'm like, okay. Do I really need to go grab something? Because I like some CBD gummies. Like, I don't know what I needed. But, like, nothing.
Acting like we have those. She has to go Google. Hold on. Hey, where do I go get these gummies?
Like, it's just, I don't know, the whole movie, I was just like, I am lost. I am I'm not entertained. I'm just like, ugh.
Why? Long.
Yes, 2 hours and 5 minutes.
And then, like, when No Face showed up and turned into the creepy monster, I was like, yeah, I really need to be high to watch this. Like, oh my gosh.
I don't know. Like, I mean, the length is not really a big deal for me.
It's just
for movies.
Well, when it was
Unless
dry
I'm
like
interested.
that, I was like, this one could. I see where you're coming from, and I think that's why I said
just from the start and all the way through, it was like this plateau. Like, there was no up, there was no down, there was nothing. It was like you were stuck on a roller coaster and you were on that part where they were taking you up the hill, but you never went back down. You're like, okay, we're getting somewhere.
You're just giving too much props, because that means you would obviously be reaching a climax.
There was no climax.
Like, you're going up, you're reaching a climax. So this is like, what is that? What was that ride at Busch Gardens? What is it, Scorpion? It's just like really low and stuff. It's for like 2-year-olds. That's what this was.
Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure.
Anyway, before we get flamed anymore, everybody who likes Ghibli is like rolling in their beds, graves, seats. I don't know, something.
It's just not. It's just not my cup of tea. It is not my cup of tea.
So since you started it, ma'am, you can start it again. So out of
Really?
10 Ghiblies, out of 10 Ghiblies, how much you give this? Oh, see, Ace is saving you. Go ahead, Ace.
Trying to give it
I have a number.
between a 3 to a 5. I'm not sure how low I want to give the score. Online they have it as an 8.78, which
You look at some places, it's like a 9.
Rotten Tomatoes is like 97%.
I'm pretty sure it's not that good. In my opinion,
It's
there
just
was no
not
combat.
our
There was nothing
not our genre.
except for that 2-second ninja blitz run scene, which was still confusing because she had no feelings in her leg, and then he just did a little quick spell, and then they were like blitzing like Sonic. I'm like, how are you this strong, but you can't break the seal and get freedom? But you can turn into a dragon. You can do all these cool things, but you're still trapped. Anyways, but that would find out because he didn't have his name or didn't know his name. But yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 3. I wanted to give it a 5 just because of the nostalgia, but they didn't have any music that was outstanding or made me feel interested in continuing to watch it. Nothing was like super funny or made me feel even upset or angry. Like I had no feelings. I just watched it just to watch it. No combat, no comedic stuff. The sad scenes weren't really sad to me, and they were like, okay, like even
you have no investment.
Yeah, even when she was crying when she was hungry and like eating the food while crying, I'm like, okay. And then like when she sees her parents as pigs, and Haku's like, choose, remember what they look like so you can save them later. She looked at him for like 2 seconds, like, I promise to save you, and I'm like, did you even look at them? Because you're gonna literally forget. But I didn't feel anything for that. Even when
what your Baba didn't know is her dad had a mole on his left butt cheek. That's what she.
Okay. That would have been funny if they actually gave us that information. We was like, I'm like, the parents can just, get eaten by that point. I'm like, I would have been more intrigued if they actually were on the chopping block.
I don't eat pork, but hey, go ahead, roast them boys up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 3.
All right, go ahead, Jess. What are you doing?
I'm 2. I'm a solid 2.
What's the 2 points for?
I know, right? You sound so dejected giving the 2. What brought it up to a 2 for you, man?
Honestly, it was just, I don't know, the art style, like the way, like if you took the art style the whole with Haku and Chihiro, those are probably the only 2 I really like to look at. The other ones, not so much. But yeah, the whole plot was just gone for me. Like, no. So it's a 2. It's just it wasn't a genre that I like. I would not recommend it to any of my friends. But I mean, if they've seen it and they love it, great, awesome, good for you. But no.
And even the genres. So it has adventure. Don't think anything was adventurous about it. They were in one place the whole time. Award winning. But it was the first Ghibli movie or something?
What, this one?
It says award winning as the one of the categories.
I mean, basically, I don't think there's a Ghibli movie that hasn't won an award.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not the first one.
Mm-hmm. What about you, CJ? What's your score?
I mean, realistically, I'm not gonna. I would have to be paid to watch this again. And it's not like it's that bad. Like I would watch this over that stupid anime again. Combatants.
I would actually watch Combatants over this.
I hate that
any
thing.
day.
I'll be real with you. I skipped like so many episodes of that thing. I couldn't do it. Which, funnily enough, since we have so much time, Jack and Rick loved it. I was so annoyed.
You're lying.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, you gotta go listen to their episode. I was like, what? I gave this to y'all thinking you guys would not like this.
What
And
did
they're
they
like,
like about it?
this is a 9.
A 9? Hey, give me the comment section. I'm about to go in.
Yeah, no, it was he rationalized it in different ways, but I'll tell you off episode.
Okay.
But I'm probably I don't know. I'll give this a 4.
I was about to say because I want to explain this.
Well, because even though it's not my style of art, it is a very pretty art style. The attention to detail on certain things is really cool. Like the
Architecture.
yeah, but even just how the water moves in different things. When Lynn was paddling, like you saw the oar underneath going to, they could have just like shadowed it and not done it. The way the water moved when like the train was going through, and when Haku crashed into it and was coming out of it, stuff like that. The way it was kind of realistic when he like crashed and he was bleeding. There's blood all over the place.
Yeah.
So those things I could give it. And you look at Zeniba and Yubaba, like I may not like their character designs, but they are very detailed. They made sure they got every wrinkle in there, and that big old mole in the forehead, But so like.
And that transformation when she was like, "Where's my baby?" to Haku.
Yeah. So like, there's I gotta give them that. It's not my art style, and which is funny because I like a lot of different art styles, but that style just doesn't really work for me. And then like the music sometimes, like it wasn't really like I didn't really notice it that much. But, like, there were certain times where, like, the music was kind of there. Like, oh, okay, this might hype up this scene for you a little bit, But, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it personally if, any to any of my friends. Because I know probably my friends wouldn't really be a huge fan of it either. Because they're less open than me. Like, I'll watch a lot of things. Romance, shoujo, like all those different things, and most of my friends are still into that shonen kind of style. But I would probably recommend it to somebody getting newly into anime. She's kind of been, for lack of a better word, kind of like influenced by me because I've given her all the animes that she's watched, and she's liked them. Now there are some that we started watching that she didn't like. So she has her own style too, but that's why I was like, oh, maybe she might like this, maybe. So that's why when she was so harsh against it, I was cracking up. I was like, dang. But yeah, no. So 4 for me, 2 for Jess, 3 for you. So 2, 3, 4. Look at that. That's pretty.
Now, what do you guys think it was supposed to hit on to give it the 8.7 and 9.7 that we've seen on the sites for their ratings? Like, what were they trying to do?
I honestly think it was just because it had Ghibli in the name. I honestly think that's why. Because, like I said, Ghibli is so overrated. I mean, look, bringing this to real world. Thor: Love and Thunder. All of us went there and we're like, what the heck is this?
Hated
and we looked at ratings. People were rating it like 8, 8.5, 9. I was like, did we watch the same movie? Now, granted, it did fall down.
Oh, it fell down a lot.
Oh, what's it at now?
It's at 64% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 6.5 on IMDb.
Okay.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. This is a very public thing. Almost everybody in the world watches Marvel. Not everybody watches anime movies.
True.
So, generally, you get the fanboys or the haters to really go and comment. I really don't think anybody's going to go out of their way and hate on a Ghibli movie like me. I may not like it. I'm not wasting my time logging on and giving it a 4. Like, see, so it will stay at its 9 points, whatever it is. So that's the thing. It's because it's a Ghibli movie, and I don't know, people wearing they're either blind or they have rose-colored glasses. It's just one of the two. So, but this next one that we're doing,
All right.
I picked it for you, buddy.
Appreciate you.
Now you're not gonna get it from the little synopsis, but you're gonna like it. So this anime that we're gonna be watching is called Vivi Fluorite's Eye Song. This came out 2021, and I will read the description for you because look at all this time that we still have. So, when highly evolved AIs set out to eradicate mankind, the carnage that ensues fills the air with like blood, burning bodies, etc. In a desperate bid to prevent the calamity from ever occurring, a scientist bets everything on a remnant from the past. Turn the clock back 100 years, AIs already are an integral part of human society, programmed with specific missions, aka Enter Vivi, the first ever autonomous AI. She's a songstress, tasked with spreading happiness through her voice. In a theme park where she hardly ever gets a proper audience, she strives to pour her heart out into her performances, bound to repeat it every day after day. That is until an advanced AI from the future appears before her and enlists her help in stopping a war 100 years in the making. With no time to process the revelation that flips her world upside down, Vivi is catapulted into a century-long journey to avert the violent history yet to come.
Okay.
So there
Sounds
you go.
interesting.
Yeah. So it's I've seen a lot of good things on this one, and it actually is one that's been in my list that I've wanted to watch. Like when I saw it pop up like on animes to look out for, I was like, "Ooh, screenshot." Never watched it.
Nah, that's how it happens. You know.
So
We need to also. I'm going to put a request in
What's up?
eventually. JJK.
JK. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's done, so we can do that in a couple episodes. Then I have this one, and then have. Actually, we could do that one technically next if you want to.
Okay.
So we can do
Let's
Vivi,
do that.
then we can do JJK,
Bet.
and then we'll probably throw another movie in there somewhere.
That works.
All right. So next week, Vivi. This one, I actually probably tend to agree with this without seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
But from the little clips that I have seen, it's ranked on my anime list at 8.4.
Okay.
So
That's
we'll
good.
see. But
just screenshot that for me.
yeah, I'll shoot it to you via text. But until then, if you have any hate to throw at us, or if you agree and are an intelligent human being, just kidding. Hit us up on any of the socials. We are more than happy / love chatting with people. So let us know your thoughts, comments, recommendations, etc. But until then, I am CJ.
This is Ace.
And I'm Jess.
And we will catch you next AA meeting.